Hi everybody, my name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto Under 20. And I am here with if you're new to this program, I'm eccentric, eclectic, kind of wacko, but I keep my carbs under 20. Even though I've given myself permission to have carbs 25 or fewer 2 days a week because I'm on maintenance, I haven't done it. I've only done it once, but I reserve that right. So it's just kind of funny. So what I do is I take from the under 20 carb days where I only have 16 or 17 carbs. So after 5 days of that, I've got a savings, but I'm on maintenance. I'm at my goal. So this isn't for other people to start screwing around like Weight Watchers type of things where you you borrow all the activity and free points and have a feast. That's what this is not about that. This is about having kale, nutritional yeast, strawberries, and peanut butter. Those are the things that I was missing. And although they're very healthy and nutritionally dense, they are kind of carby in the scheme of things. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here because today is Friday, May 26th, and your keto food plan does not end today at noon and resume again at 00:30 Tuesday morning. Just in case you're new here, it doesn't mean you can do everything that you want on Memorial Day weekend. And you can go from big, hearty, carby breakfasts to lunches, including breads and all those kind of things, to going to dinner, including corn on the cob and watermelon and cakes that have flags on them, and the strawberries and blueberries that you see on those Memorial Day cakes with the Cool Whip, etc., etc. No, no, no. This weekend is not a memorial-free weekend of food. So if you're on the keto under 20, you need to keep me and other keto people close by, because some of us are veterans of holidays and know that we need to learn to sidestep the pitfalls that we may have thought were our entitled foods way back when. Because, Memorial Day only comes around once a year and all of that sort of stuff, or our family, or our friends, or our cookouts, things like that. And so we do not want a messy Tuesday morning. So that means at noon on Friday, when all the plans start, and you start thinking of how you're going to have your burger, how you're going to have your hot dog, and things like that. Sorry to tell you, you don't get to take the weekend off. If you've been working hard at Keto Under 20, you know no other harder thing, right? Hopefully you have a good tracker at hand, so you are seeing what you're having and not having, and not doing eyeball things. There are people on maintenance, there are people at goal that still do weighing and measuring like me, because it's not an option. Because my eyes, with or without my glasses, will see a 8-ounce piece of steak as 4. I will see a salad with protein in it, crumbled blue cheese. I will see 50 grams as 10. I will do a lot of damage with nutritionally dense, healthy, keto-fied foods, but I can't. At the bottom of my world is I'm a food addict, and so more is always better. More is my favorite thing. More is something that I'm always wanting. So if I'm eyeballing with a naked eye, or even with my whatever these things are called, with the lenses that do the, I'm in trouble. I have to have measuring cups, spoons, scale, and my chronometer tracker at hand, so I can see what I'm having. And this is my little show and tell here. This is my chronometer gold. It's free, but I upgraded for $35. And as you can see, everything is measured out for the day. Here are my targets. It's a great program. But anyway, so I've even begun to put the bones, the skeletal bones, in for over the weekend because I know I've got some things that I have planned. I have today planned. I have tomorrow halfway planned. And on Sunday, it's always steak. And that's when I have my kale shake with 100 grams of strawberries, which means 2 great big organic ripe strawberries, with my 67 grams, which is 1 cup of chopped kale. Now with leafies, somebody asked me why I measure grams. Well, with my green leafies, I prefer that because when I make my romaine salad, I have 125 grams of romaine. And so it's easily measured in my salad bowl. When I have things like kale and spinach, same deal. Then I can see what it is rather than taking, a cup of crushed, chopped kale, flattened down. Is it my flattened down or is it a 300-pound muscle-building, steroid-taking dude that, can fit 4 cups in because he's got the power? That's why I do grams. Also, when I'm measuring butter or cream or cheese, I want to have the grams because I can get tricky with that too. I have, sometimes I'm pouring in my macadamia / olive oil into my salad and I can make it overflow. So I'm really having 2 tablespoons, right? So I just have to be very, very careful, mindful, have integrity with it because if I wasn't doing this podcast, you wouldn't know if I was or wasn't, but I am doing this podcast, so here I am reporting to you. So I can't be loosey-goosey reporting to you with a shrug of my shoulders and a little giggle that, yeah, I meant to, but I didn't. Yep, I was hungry and I stopped at Chick-fil-A and I had they put the salad dressing on there. I don't know how much it was, and I don't know how much soybean oil it had, or artificial things, or even sugar in it. I just did. How often would you be wanting to watch me? So I have to be double strict. It's a burden I'm willing to bear. That's right, because I love you guys. And it's important to see that no matter where you are in your either weight loss journey or health journey, getting back your health, reclaiming your health, or having it for the first time in your life, you need to be accountable and responsible, and just like I need to be to myself and to you. And so here we are. You can't have that roasted hot dog bun with your thing. You can't have your potato salad. There's things that, no, you can't have that fruit salad that your Aunt Millie makes and she puts alcohol in it and it's really, really good. You can't. And you can't have your sweetened, artificially flavored, sweetened yogurts thinking that, like, I'll go easy at lunch so then I can have that great big cookout with the baked beans and the... You can't. And I hope these foods aren't triggering you. And you definitely can't have a s'more. And if you want giggles and jollies to see how much is in a s'more, calorie-wise, carb-wise, grams of sugar-wise, not to mention the artificial stuff, go ahead, do a little pad of paper and see how much is in that and just be, hopefully, shocked out of it instead of, craving it. So I'm sorry if I'm mentioning these triggering foods. I just want to make sure that we're real clear that this is not there's no cheating on a keto food plan. If you want that cheating, go back to Weight Watchers, go back to calorie counting, do that sort of thing. This is the last door on the left. This is about your health forever and your commitment forever. And if you're not willing to do that, if the summer is a trigger every single place that you go, from the ice cream shops opening up along Main Street and all of those sort of things, you could be in trouble, and you don't want to be in trouble. Because if you're eating carbohydrates along with your heavy fats and, in this food plan, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in the gaining category column, and you don't want to be. So you need to stay really close to people that are disciplined and everything else. A lot of people message me about their weekends. They get kind of nervous being around it. Somebody messaged me last week and said, "Oh my God, there's an office party and there's a cake. What am I going to do? I feel I'm going to cave." And, she's in, I think, Germany, someplace in Europe. And she was really scared for herself. And because I was awake, I was able to text her right back, you don't want to do this. You don't want to be that. This is where FOMO kicks in on a weekend like this. Fear of missing out. FOMO. So the way that I present it to you is you don't want Tuesday morning coming into your morning with a messy Monday, a food hangover, an emotional hangover, sugar withdrawal, carb withdrawal, all the freak over again. You don't want that. You want to have that fear of missing out, of being clean and abstinent all weekend, and how empowering it is. And it is. For those of you that have gone through your first cookout, party, triggering food event of spring, summer, you know how empowering it is to come out the other side. Caving. If you think having one bite of something and you can walk away from that table and go, yeah, I avoided that, all that would do for me would be flipping the switch on. One bite of that, of your sister-in-law's cheesecake with glazed strawberries on it, anything like that. I'm sorry to say such triggering things, but those are the places that we could cave, and you're not alone. You are not alone in having to be vigilant with your abstinence. It's a precious, precious gift, and if you made it this far in your life to get to keto, to begin healing your body has been so damaged from carbs and sugar, especially if you're my age and you've done it for decades. There's a lot of healing that needs to go on, a lot of prevention that you're lucky to grab onto now before you're told by your doctor, Alzheimer's, heart issues, pre-diabetic or diabetic. You could be days or months from hearing that news from your doctor. One of my girlfriends, she's a runner, and she's 70. She's going to be in a marathon this weekend, and she has always allowed her lots of carby, starchy things that you get at Dunkin' Donuts and things like that as her reward and her treat. And she had to see a heart specialist this week. Guess what the heart specialist said? Here's your Atkins program, and you need to begin following it with no carbs and no sugar. And she's totally, into those things. She doesn't know. Like I said, most people around me aren't doing it. I'm the salmon over here on Cape Cod. And all of my friends just look at me and just say, I don't know what you're doing. I'd like to lose the weight, but, they don't really ask me. They don't watch my podcasts. They don't. So, but she's getting her news at 70 that she has to knock it off. And here she is taking care of herself, running and eating spinach and salmon. But she's also having that great big, and the size of them, bagel from Dunkin' Donuts as a treat most every day. To me, that's not a treat. A treat is rare and appropriate, right? So be good. This is a Friday day smackdown. Your diet does not change at noon today and resume on Tuesday morning. It doesn't. And if you need help, message me because I'm available. I'm working 4 shifts. So, yep, I'm maintaining the prisoners on Cape Cod. Have a wonderful weekend. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. Bye-bye for now.